What do you think I don't know like how bad the opioid epidemic is right now, or like since Purdue's been shut down. I don't know like what the statistics are on deaths or anything, but what do you think the answer is to stop all of the overdoses? And obviously it's you can't make this stuff illegal. If it stays legal and it's still prescribed, to people who need it, or who are in pain, or who have cancer, or whatever it is, like, what do you think the answer is to stop all the deaths and all the overdoses and everything?
I don't think you can, man. I think it's been going on since, the mafia was bringing heroin in. Mm-hmm. Like people, I think now it's just on a bigger level and it's more accessible. And I think they're trying to not make it as accessible as it used to be, because like there was a point where my grandma couldn't even get her prescriptions filled because of all the corruption and all the people dying and all the doctors being under like they're under watch now. And now a normal person that really needs pain medicine because they have cancer or, muscle disease or whatever, that they can't get it because they're all being like, we were prescribed the most opiates at one time, our state. In the whole world, like from other countries, like our country gets the most pills, right? Mm-hmm. So when that started happening and people are dying, then I guess, I don't know who's in charge of it, but they were like, all right, we need to crack down. So they cracked down on Purdue and all those other manufacturers. And then that's when I think the fentanyl really started to take off. And now it's...
Which is, what is it, 100 times more potent?
Yeah, like if you get it on your skin, you can OD.
Right.
Like there's a video of a cop arresting a dude and he reached in his pocket and grabbed a bag of fentanyl. It was open and didn't have gloves on. And there's an actual video, and you can watch the guy standing up, and the other cop's like, "Yo, are you all right?" And the guy just like
falls over, right?
You saw that? It's crazy.
And he dies?
Well, he didn't die, but he would have if they didn't hit him with Narcan.
Jesus.
It's bad when all the cops have to carry Narcan. Like that should tell you the level of what it's become.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't know that video existed.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like a cop in Arizona.
Yeah, I forget where, but I remember seeing it.
Yeah, it went viral though.
Yeah.
But
he just gets you can see he gets like dizzy and then just falls.
Well, I mean, the fentanyl thing's crazy, especially because it's like someone like cocaine is being cut with it.
Yeah, well,
like there's 3 people that were just partied in LA like a month ago or whatever, and or 4 people, and 2 or 3 of them died, and the one lady,
she lived.
She lived, but she was on life support, or she like barely survived.
Yeah, bro, that shit. Like I've known probably 100 people in the last like 2 years that have died from either fentanyl. Like now they're
how many?
Over 100, man. Definitely over 100. I used to know a lot of people that were like, I would help guys that are in programs like rehabs, or I went to one a long time ago, so I knew like everybody in that whole thing, and there's people literally dying like, every week there just because they leave and go get high, and now they're doing fentanyl. And
well, the problem is if you make it illegal, then cartels are just gonna push it,
and that's what happened with now it's like fentanyl and meth, I think, are really like the top. Like, I don't know if they're the killers, but they're up there with like ruining lives. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's I don't know the answer. But I would imagine that, at least for prescriptions, for doctors who are prescribing this shit, at least there has to be some sort of something they have to communicate where they say that like this could destroy your life. Like this is what happens. Like, make them watch a video or something. Like this is what happens when you take them for 4 days and then you don't take them for another 4 days. You detox, you fucking get the shakes or whatever it is. Like at least like scare the shit out of people before they decide to take it if they don't know what it is. I mean, if you're already addicted to it, you're kind of already fucked.
Yeah, exactly. And just to give you an idea on why I don't think it's going to change is because I will go to a doctor now, like say I need to go for a monthly checkup, and I'll go into the doctor and say, hey, I'm an addict and I can't get narcotics because you won't recognize me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And at the end of the visit, we'll talk and he'll be like, okay, so you had anxiety, you want Xanax, right? And I'm just like, bro, so if that right there shows you like I think it's the medical community that's responsible for pretty much all of this, and then they paid everyone else off through the process.
Right.
It seems like that way anyways. Like when you watch like that documentary, there's tons others.
What
Like,
was the name of that documentary again? I have it on my phone.
it's on HBO
It's a
Max.
fucking great documentary. It was done by Alex Gibney, who did, I believe it's Alex Gibney. He's the same guy who did the Scientology documentary, Going Clear.
That was a good one too.
Yeah, he's fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's like what I would
filmmaker.
like to get into, is the documentary type stuff.
What the fuck was it called? Oh, The Crime of the Century.
Yeah, so if you're watching, go check that out because it's a good documentary. That gives you like, that really puts it into perspective how big.
Yeah, Alex Gibney, same guy who did Going Clear.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Yeah, but if you should be able to go to the doctor and be like, I'm addicted. Like, give me a
Well,
like.
now they give you suboxone or methadone for that. So it's literally like the government's dope.
Is it the same? Is it do the same thing?
I mean, the suboxone doesn't really get you high. I think it does when you first start taking it, but then your body gets, what it does is it blocks the opioid receptors in your brain. So if you take a pain pill, the suboxone attaches, an opioid antagonist attaches to your receptors in your brain, making your brain think you're high, but you're really not because you're not acting high. So if you take a pill when you're on Suboxone, it can put you into immediate withdrawals because if it crosses the brain blood barrier, you're like having that is like it'll put you in. I don't know what causes the exact reaction in you, but you'll literally just be like you're dope sick. But 5 minutes ago you were, cutting the ham at Thanksgiving or whatever.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then, it was methadone, and then now they developed Suboxone, Subucade, where they'll shoot it in your arm, and it's good for like 30 days or something.
Yeah.
But people, man, are just going to get high. They'll find a way to get high on that. There's people that are shooting Suboxone, that are sticking it up their ass, all kinds of shit, man. Like, if an addict will figure out a way to get high if they want to. Like, you can... move to fucking Indonesia and you're going to find the dope man.
Right, right,
Like
right.
if you really want to.
And fentanyl. Where did fentanyl? What year did that come on? Like, when did that become popular?
It was around when I was doing shit back in the day, but it was the patches. So, like, only, like, really fucked up people could get it. And it was, like, time released, and you just stick it on you, and it's a transdermal, like, type deal.
Yeah.
And now, like... I mean, I would never really I've never actually had fentanyl in my hands or like seen it, but I know from watching all the people I know die and, or ODing that like they're putting it on everything.
Oh, this is the cop?
Yeah. Yep, that's him.
Don't put the audio on because, oh, fuck.
Yeah, he just like fell out, bro.
Jesus. He just touched it in the guy's pocket.
That's what I'm saying, man. That shit.
And what is this thing called?
Narcan.
Narcan.
Narcan, yeah. And even with that, sometimes though, you won't like you.
He's completely out, bro.
Yeah.
In San Diego. Yeah. Wow. That's fucking terrifying.
So and people are using that, bro. Like they're addicted to fentanyl. That's how like it's. So when a drug addict takes pills for a while, like his normal dose ain't gonna get him high, and that's where the tolerance, and that's where like, the money. Some people spend $500 a day just to get high, and so, but now their tolerance is so high, the fentanyl so prominent everywhere that it's on everything. Like people are lacing Xanax with fentanyl, so you don't know what you're gonna get. It's like playing Russian roulette one day. You know what I'm saying? And now the drug addicts are addicted to the fentanyl. Like they're doing fentanyl as an everyday drug. So imagine
It's just straight fentanyl.
Yeah, or they'll cut it like with heroin, or a lot of it's in heroin.
Could you imagine like that's the drug you're doing? Like the drug I do is so strong, I have to cut it with heroin.
Yeah,
right?
That's next level.
Yeah, bro. So, I mean, some of them don't even cut it. It's just they'll just do it. So now you're addicted to a drug that kills somebody if
That's
it
my
touches
camera.
them.
Oh, it went out? Oh, I didn't change the battery.
Can I use the bathroom?
Yeah.